What's going on, everyone? It's Mike again for you with another Shisha Tobacco review. Tonight I'll be talking about Othmani, and this is the Turkish Coffee. Within the brand Othmani itself, it does have three different lines. There's a Turkish line, a Lebanese line, and an Arabic line. This one happens to be of the Turkish line, and it was courtesy of Bassem at medrock.com, so a huge thanks over there for sending this my way. So to get on into the review, folks, first of all, the cut of it. As you see here, guys, it's pretty much a modern Moassel cut. It's kind of a medium choppy leaf cut with a few stems in there, rather juicy. And as far as the color, this one is a really dark brown with a little bit of a reddish tint to it. As far as other Othmani goes, I've seen it with a red dye, and others I've seen with some brown dye. And I do happen to know that they are going to be eliminating all the dye anyway, so I guess it really doesn't matter at this point in time. This one just happens to be a darkish brown color. So with that, my setup, I'm using my Othmani rig, a new hose, water in the base, a Othmani bowl, which would be just a Turkish bowl, and I'm using my Cloud Lotus with 3 Coca Jamras. Been going about a half an hour now, so let's see what we have as far as clouds and flavor. So pretty nice clouds. It did take a little while for it to get going, but I believe that has to do with the unglazed clay bowl that I'm using with the Cloud Lotus. It's the first time I've actually used the Lotus with this bowl, so I'm kind of contributing the amount of time it took to get going to that. As far as the flavor strength, all that type of stuff, it's pretty straightforward. I didn't talk about the smell yet because I was just going to go ahead and tell you now that when you open it up, you know that you're going to be smoking a coffee-like flavor. It does have a little bit of a sweet note to it as well as a little bit of a spice note, which I'd have to say would be a cardamom. And as far as a Turkish coffee recipe, that's basically what it is. It's finely ground coffee with some cardamom and optional sugar, and that's basically what you get from this. Of course, the coffee is the predominant flavor that you get, and the cardamom kind of lingers in the background, and it just has a tiny little bit of sweetness to it, nothing overly sweet. So exactly what you smell is what you're going to taste. As far as the flavor strength itself goes, it's rather bold. Of course, all coffee flavors are usually pretty bold, and I'd have to give this probably about an 8.5, somewhere around in that range, which for me is perfect for my coffee flavors. Personally, I am a huge coffee flavored fan, and with this one, I'd have to say that it's amongst the top on my list. So if you're a coffee flavored fan, I'd highly recommend this. If you don't like coffee flavors, or you're kind of iffy, I would have to recommend against it, because there is no question that it is a coffee flavor. The longevity of it is good. I'm able to go 2 rounds of Coles. Like I said, this is the first time I'm using the Lotus, but I have used it with just foil, and I've gone 2 rounds easily with this bowl. And with the Lotus, actually probably start into your 3rd round, and if not finish your 3rd round, get pretty far into it anyway, I'd say, with the Lotus. So the longevity is there. The heat management on it is impeccable. There's really not a lot to do with it. You just ash the coals every so often and smoke. So with that, folks, I think that's really all I have for it. Like I said, it's a pretty straightforward flavor. Flavor strength is perfect. The heat management on it is good. The longevity is good. Another thing I like about this tobacco is that with the right mixers, it can make some excellent combinations. For instance, if you was to use a vanilla, like an off-rocker vanilla, then you kind of have a cappuccino flavor. And also with the Othmani Asian spice you can mix with this, which is kind of similar to an off-rocker vanilla but has a touch of cinnamon or some other spices in it as well, would be a nice mixer with this. So very good in that department. Like I say, I love coffee flavors, so I'm pretty partial to those, but this one is by far one of my favorite coffee flavors I've had to date. So with that, I'm going to have to say I'll give it a 10 for 10. All the important factors to me are there. The flavor strength is good, the flavor lasts, the heat management on it is good, and it's very accurate to its name. So for me, it's a 10 for 10. Again, if you're a coffee flavor, definitely go pick it up. You can find it at medrock.com, and you can also find it at 5starhookah.com. So either one of the two great vendors, go and check it out. And that's all I got for it, folks. Thanks for watching. If you can, please comment, like, and subscribe. Don't forget to check out the Naha channel. We'll have some Othmani flavors over there, and we'll be doing a whole bunch of other different brands and different flavors coming up in the near future. So go over there and subscribe, check it out. And until next time, guys, smoke on.